we head out to New York City for the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your girl Crash, and you're watching Movie Crashers out here in New York City. We're here for the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting extravaganza.
Since 1933, the Rockefeller tree has been the epicenter of Christmas in New York City and a symbol of the holidays around the world. And we are here along with tens of thousands of people to witness it.
Since it's our very first time here in New York City, I asked my buddy, the star of Top 5 at Chris Rock, what are the 5 things we must do while here in NYC? This is what he had to say. And I'll tell you one thing, he didn't say anything about the rain.
Hey, what's up? This is Andre Allen, and when I listen to satellite radio, I listen to Sirius Hits 1.
Just, just put a little stank on it.
Stank.
Stank.
Stank?
Give it stank.
Okay, I don't really know what you mean. Could you show me?
You're the funny, okay, all right, it's like, hey, this is Andre Allen, and when I listen to satellite radio, whoa, I listen to Sirius Hits 1. Woo!
Stank.
Stank.
What's up, mother? This is Andre Allen. Or scratch my nuts, that is.
First take was good.
So my show, Movie Crashers, is filming in New York for the very first time. What are the top 5 things that we should do here in New York?
Oh boy, top 5 things you should do in New York. Okay, you should go to the Comedy Cellar and see some comedy, because like some of the best comedians work out of there. You should go on Broadway. You should go see This Is Our Youth. It's a really good play.
Okay.
After you see the play, you should go eat at Bar Central, because all the theater people eat there.
Oh,
so you have like a great like theater night. You should probably go down to like Joe's Pub. Oh man, go see a singer or something down there. It's kind of cool. You should try to catch a Knicks game. It's really, even though they're not that good right now,
it's still I don't know what Knicks are.
Basketball. It's
okay.
Still the atmosphere of Madison Square Garden. Just seeing anything at Madison Square Garden, if it's Billy Joel or the Knicks, you should go to Madison Square Garden.
Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Crashers. Like I said, we are here in NYC on our way to the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas lighting extravaganza. Now, a little bit of history about how it all began. Back in the Depression era, when construction workers were actually working on the Rockefeller Center, they saw a little tree and started decorating it with cranberries, little tin cans, all because they were happy to have a job. I mean, we're talking about the Depression era. Everybody was miserable and everybody was broke. So they were extremely happy to have a job and get some money. History, go read about it. And speaking of history, right now we're in front of the museum, which can be seen in the new Night at the Museum starring Ben Stiller, and it's also one of Robin Williams' very last films, so you guys should definitely check it out. So right now we're at Columbus Circle, where a ton of films have been shot, like The Devil Wears Prada, Taxi Driver, one of my favorites starring Robert De Niro, I Am Legend, and Ghostbusters had an iconic scene where like that huge, gigantic marshmallow man comes like busting through the streets of New York. I actually haven't seen that movie in a really long time. I need to watch it again. But for you at home that want to catch up on some Blu-ray and DVDs, these are the releases this week. Check it out.
If it's a quiet night out at the beach and your ex-old lady suddenly out of nowhere shows up with a story about her current billionaire land developer boyfriend and his wife and her boyfriend and a plot to kidnap the billionaire and throw him in a loony bin,
I need your help, Doc.
maybe you should just look the other way.
Inherent Vice. I gotta say, this movie tripped me out.
Join the club.
Yes. I walked out, I was like, dude, I think I seriously got a contact high from this film.
But if you're Doc It may all start to get a little peculiar after that.
Michael Z. Wolfman
And Mickey Wolfman.
has vanished.
Your character was by far my favorite because aside from being like a total weirdo, it's always like the straight edge guy, the most clean cut that like you have to kind of like be aware of because they're always kind of like the weirdest.
They are the weirdest.
Moto panekeiko. Moto panekeiko. Hi.
He's a dichotomous character. He's like this guy who presents himself as this kind of uber, hyper, macho dude.
What's the beef here exactly?
So far, we have murder and kidnapping.
If you could say like in like one sentence what Inherent Vice is.
It's a detective noir story that operates very differently from most detective noir mysteries.
I'm gonna need to see all your IDs, please.
What is this all about, sir?
Any gathering of 3 or more civilians is now considered a possible cult.
What? It's Charlie Manson again?
Sort of vacillates between a madcap slapstick tone.
Do you like the lighting? Jimmy Wong Howe did it for us years ago.
And this sort of deep meditative sorrow of observing a changing of an era.
Even though there was a lot of stuff going on in that era, there was a part of it that was so freeing and you know, people had all these different ideas.
Luz, the midday refrescos now, if you wouldn't mind. Shall we sit?
I'm so jealous of you actors. You guys get to jump in those time machines and really kind of like live in these eras.
I wish I could have big hair every day.
Yes!
And a girl don't necessarily want to get into difficulties with those folks.
What was your favorite part of kind of like living in the 1970s?
I loved seeing all the extras in costume. There's something like the cumulative effect. Just sort of look through this room, this crowd of hundreds of people, and the way their hair is done and the way their clothing looks. It was like a little eerie where I just actually really sunk into believing that I was in that era.
It seems to me that Thomas Pynchon really got right this particular moment in history where people were sort of coming out of this dreamy time and back into cold, harsh light of day.
I have an office now. That's like a day job and everything.
I looked at the phone book. I almost went over there. Then I thought better for everyone if this looks like a secret rendezvous.
So somebody keeping a close eye?
It was pretty strange within itself, the 1970s.
But especially the end of the era, which
Yeah.
it didn't know what it wanted to be. It knew that the free love thing wasn't necessarily working or wasn't gonna last.
And if you were a fan of the book and you watched the movie, I mean, it's extremely similar.
Which is a credit to Paul. I mean, he adapted this, this intense, beautiful, rhythmic novel of all of these different sort of genres and characters and plots and sort of dissecting an era.
Whoa.
Are you all right?
Am I?
Are you?
Ordinarily, we're the ones asking the questions.
And your question is?
What was like the main thing that hooked you into doing a film
The
like this?
thing that hooked me was that Thomas Anderson was gonna be directing it. Before I even cared much about the script, I was just excited because he's made so many movies that you remember and that stick with you. And you can't say that about a lot of films, and his really do.
Doc may not be a do-gooder, but he's done good. Good luck, Doc.
As you can see, everybody behind me is getting ready for the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. Now, Christmas is a season for giving, and New Yorkers take that very seriously. In January, once the tree is taken down, in previous years, they've donated the tree to make mulch, books, even doors. But this year, they're recycling the tree and using its wood to make homes for the needy for Habitat for Humanity, which I think is pretty cool, and it's totally inspired me to give back this season. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we finally made it to Rockefeller Center. We had to battle our way through thousands of people who gather each and every year to see that baby get lit up. But I haven't been distracted. We're here to talk about films, and one movie out this week is Exodus, Gods and Kings. It's a biblical epic tale directed by Ridley Scott, starring Christian Bale as Moses. Pretty crazy, right? The film has been getting a bit of a backlash online though, because once again, Hollywood has casted an all-Caucasian cast for roles of, well, Egyptians. And to be honest, I mean, I'm not that mad at him because Christian Bale is amazingly talented. And here, check out the trailer and you tell me what you think. Season has officially become. The tree is lit. Thank you guys so much for joining me here in NYC, and make sure to tune into our next episode of Movie Crasher because we got a lot more from New York City, like some awesome film locations from some of your guys' favorite films. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, drink your eggnog, you rock.